It's the couple of pests that it handles. It basically blew them out of the water. So, and that's all you want in chemistry. You just want reasonably priced chemistry that comes up with the answers. That's really all you want.
Hi, I'm Rick Pearce from Cox Citrus in Sunlands. We have about 240 hectares of citrus. Some of the issues that we're facing this season with the dry conditions, there's been a lot of dust, dirt and debris and so forth throughout the orchards, and that's really conducive to having a red scale outbreak. So I think as we go forward, we'll just find that it's going to be really important this year to control red scale, to control mealy bug, loopers. I think the conditions for those will just be advantageous.
I'm Brett Morgan, Managing Director of Agribusiness Supplies here in Waikerie, South Australia. To run the trials for Trivor, we were looking for a patch that hadn't been sprayed to get the best angle or efficacy of the product. This one hadn't been sprayed for a fair while and it had a high pest count in it. It was an ideal spot to do the trial and the results are fantastic. We basically came through with all zeros when the pest check was done after the trial was applied.
Hi, I'm Steve Lehman from Elders Riverland, based in Loxton, part of the horticultural team here in the Riverland. So back in December we did a pre-trial assessment of the block down here on a patch of Valencias. We had heavy infestation of red scale, a lot of citrus mite as well. There was a lot of damage early on in the season and it was pretty obvious to us it had no control or no sprays for that season. In January, the application of Trivor at 1.6 litres a hectare. Our post-assessment on this trial came up really good and it cleaned up the red scale really well.
Last season we had a patch of Valencias that were absolutely riddled with red scale. We'd tried numerous products, they just hadn't been successful. So I sort of talked to one of the local chemical suppliers. He decided to come up with the trial with Trivor. They came in, did a pre-inspection. We applied the Trivor and we sort of found that the post-mortem as such, they came back and it had absolutely cleaned the red scale up. So the scale was triple layered. The trees were absolutely ridden with it. The fruit was basically, it got to the stage where it was unsaleable even for juice. So it needed to be cleaned up and the Trivor's certainly done that.
The timing for Trivor will vary. It all depends on whether we have to look at thrip work early or we don't worry about that and we just look at red scale coming later. So that will always vary depending on the season. So there's no set actual timing for it.
This up and coming season, we see Trivor having a good fit with a lot of other products being taken off the market and restricted in certain countries that we export to. So the use of Trivor will be definitely a product that we will be recommending.
We believe Trivor will have a great fit with superthine being taken away from the market. We think it'll have a fit in behind where that product was, and also we believe strongly in a resistance management strategy, so we think Trivor will be a great rotation with the existing insecticides that are in the market at the moment.
We think that we'll definitely use Trivor again in the future. It's really well priced, so we think that on scales of economy, it'll fit the program, and anything where we have leaf minor, red scale, and some of the nasties, we think that Trivor definitely is the product to use going forward.
Mate, that's what we're here. We're here to get the most returns for growers, and if you can give them a program that's cost effective but does the job, that's what you do.